let's see. Let's throw up a little timer and get this thing officially What do you think, Champy? Oh. Every time I see it now, I get that look in my eye. Every time I see your mouth, I hear that smile. I think I'm gonna pull out my bass guitar. Nice. Good evening, good people. I don't have a strong compulsion to sing tonight. Through a blue telescope, looking at the world tonight. Through a blue telescope, wish I might not see what I see. Sheet metal on sheets of ice. Looking through this blue telescope, down the moonstruck road tonight. All right. Today is day 5 of 30 days of deep dive. We're continuing the AI video control series. You're like, Kyle, you say that like it's a real thing. I know, right? It's almost like it's a real thing. Deep Thoughts with Kyle and the Pink Bows. Exactly. Kyle and the Champy. All right, bye, Champ. He's leaving. He's done. He's like, if you're not into it, I'm not into it, dude. I'm out of here. So we left last night on a cliffhanger. One cool thing that happened today is that the Copyright Office said that AI work can be copywritten. They also said they don't need new laws, which I think is actually not a bad thing. They're going to basically apply the same shit they apply with all other kinds of tools that you make work with. They explicitly said if you just give it a single prompt and it outputs some shit, that's not copyrightable. But if you decide you want to create a musical and you create 1,000 different songs to end up with the 15 that are the beginning of the show, and then you use AI to create the outline and the script, and you rewrite the script and you do all this shit, that's now copyrightable. And we had a big question on that for the musical I'm working on, and that question has now been answered. You were sleeping? Vicky Baptiste missed the cliffhanger. So yesterday we did a podcast. We'll do another podcast tonight. We'll do episode 6 of the podcast, the JellyPod, the What the Fact podcast, which is making all sorts of ripples in the media world. There are, I don't know, what would you say, Brandon? There are 2 or 3 people who have listened to part of one episode. I mean, it's making a difference. Uh-oh, Kyla's planning to take over the world. You damn right I am. Yeah, I know, Source Camp. I don't really want to talk about the engagement that What the Fact is getting, because it's kind of like a humble brag. Like, we definitely have, some people who've listened to part of one episode, and there's people out there who have podcasts that they haven't even created yet, right? And I'm out here, we're like on episode 6, and we have an audience. And they love it. They love Lily Vogue. They think Buster McGillicuddy is a cut up. They don't realize that he's just sad. He's just a sad, slow man. But people love him. They love him. They love the show. So we'll do that. The cliffhanger last night was we went into Kling, and Kling has a thing called Elements, where you can upload 4 different images, like a piece of clothing, a person, a coffee mug from Starbucks, whatever it is. And then you describe the scene, and it will incorporate those elements into your video. And it was taken 20 minutes to render. It took a long time. And then someone actually put a comment on my TikTok that their Kling videos were taking 3 hours to render. So apparently Elements is popular to the point that you can't use the service anymore. So we'll look at that. We'll do JellyPod first, and then we'll do the reveal of the Kling video, which is interesting. And then we'll start playing around with some of the other videos or video tools. How is everybody tonight? Maybe that's why I fell asleep. Hey, Valerie Cox, Danielle with Shaken. We got Vicky, we got Winston, we got Daisy May. You're just a humble guy. I really am. I got to tell you, it is, it's a challenge being this humble because, people respect me so much. There's just there's a deep level of there's like an aspirational hunger when people experience how humble I am. And it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure to stay humble, to not let it go to my head. And, even though I've clearly become one of the more humble people on the planet, try not to buy into that. Try not to get so attached to how humble I really am. I think it's important. I really do. I try to lead by example. Now, not everyone, I mean, this is probably not humble, but not everyone can pull off the pink bow. I can, but it's not like I wear this thing every day. And it's not like I wear it for the whole episode, even though I look stunning. Humbly speaking, of course. Archetypal architect. It's amazing you can keep such humility at your level of stardom. Well, thank you. I I don't like to brag. It's just sometimes, it's obvious to everyone. So thank you. Thank you. No, I'll take it. I'll take it. I will humbly accept your praise about my humility. A little pink for you and me. Be careful, you can still fit your head through the door. I actually can't. It's getting to be bad. Feeling good, but overwhelmed is a daily state from Shane Saw. That is, wait, where did that go? There, that I would agree with that one wholeheartedly. There is so much going on. Gorgeous, Daisy May, gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Archetypal architect, pretty dang good. Got my process down to 2.5 hours to start to publish some new books. Beautiful. Love that. All right. Fantastic. Fantastic, people. All right. We got some folks trickling on in now. People wonder, why do you play the guitar, Kyle? Other than my staggering talent, people have lives. People have lives. They're eating their extra crispy chicken wings. They went down to the KFC. They got a famous bowl. They got to finish that up. Have a little bit of Ben and Jerry's. So we do this to just get things warmed up a little bit. All right. TikTok needs to be panned down. Oh, yeah. All right. There you go. And then over a little. There we go. It's like a professional operation here. Nearly. Seriously, this is professional, like I could give humble lessons. Oh, good people. Developing a new mode for research critique on ChatGPT. That's pretty cool. Chuck Norris wants to know how to be more humble. His people have reached out to me, and I said, there isn't a price. There isn't a price that I would feel comfortable charging or accepting to teach someone how to be this humble. See, last night I said hello for 52 minutes, and here we are 15 minutes in. We should really be getting started, but I have this pressure that I should talk more. Where can I find information about the copyright? Just go to X and just type in AI copyright, copyrightability. It's part 2 of a copyright book. There's a bunch of tweets on it. There's also I did a post on X and I did a post on LinkedIn about it. And I didn't really do a post like I did analysis of it. I did a post like someone else did analysis of it, and I said, "Ooh, looking at what they said." Like a good influencer. Well, it's funny talking about the Overwhelm stuff. I think it's a really good point, Shane Saw, that this This stuff is overwhelming. There's a couple of things. Brandon and I were talking earlier. I think that the reaction to DeepSeek R1 right now is a massive overreaction. And like everyone needs to cool their fucking jets. I mean, it's like, don't assume that, what they said it cost, it actually cost. Don't assume that they didn't just, build it because they had some data they shouldn't have had. Don't assume that OpenAI, Anthropic, Meta, Google, Amazon, Apple, don't assume that they won't ever launch anything again, because they will. Everyone's treating this like the war's over, and it's like, I don't even think it was a skirmish, but it's a good wake-up call, right? It's a good thing, but there's a lot of there's a lot of angst right now. And maybe it's a kind of thing where maybe the biggest deal about R1 is that more people noticed it, because the with the exception of O3, which is a pretty dramatic spike in capability, but it hasn't been launched yet. It's just been announced. The advancements from GPT 3.5 to 4 to 4.0, right? Those have all been, they haven't been linear. They've been growing pretty good, but there was nothing dramatically better than what had been before to the broader population. And maybe R1 broke through to more people, and that's why folks are freaked out. That more people are starting to understand, oh, this AI shit's actually real. So I don't know. We'll see. If you have the computer power to download, run DeepSeek or other models locally, do we essentially own that, and it can never be disabled or taken back from the company? That's correct. That's correct. Now, they might not support it. It might not evolve. But if you get yourself a kick-ass little desktop machine, or like one of those NVIDIA, super kick-ass desktop supercomputers, and you get that thing running on it, and you've effectively got, semi-PhD level problem solving right on your desktop, yeah, that's yours. That's yours. Have at it. And the development community is going to keep whacking on it too, right? So they're going to make it more efficient. They're going to make it smaller. There's going to be all sorts of specialized versions. DeepSeek taught them you can do 100 more work with the same amount of compute. It's about to blow the F up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the other thing is, like, we don't know what OpenAI and Anthropic, it sounds like they might not have some stuff there. It sounds like Meta might be a little bit behind, but Google is certainly putting out some good stuff. They don't have a product strategy, so their traction for what they're launching is all over the place because they don't have a tight product strategy. But we started this year when they were doing 12 days of Xmas, right? Of Shipmas, or whatever the fuck they called it. The conversation about AI shifted from, are we going to reach AGI, to we're on the path to ASI, that they basically figured out AGI. We have not experienced AGI yet, right? AGI, artificial general intelligence, when these systems get as good or better than most people at most economically viable jobs. We're not there yet. But it seems pretty fucking clear this is the year. This is the year we see something. It's not 26. It's not 27. Right? 27, 28 might be when ASI comes, the super powerful, who knows what the fuck that does. But yeah, I think we're all gonna have virtual employees if we choose to have them, and we can do whatever the fuck we want. And it's gonna screw up a lot of work. So crazy. The Rick Rubins of AI, humble pie. Indeed. It makes me think China found a way to bootleg all these AI models for cheap, and they're using it to throw a wrench in the US market. Yeah. Yeah. Why not? Statesmanship, gamesmanship, big business. You're playing in the big leagues now. When you can raise $500 billion to build some buildings to stick chips in, we're playing a different game, right? Like, these companies are raising sums of money that are, country scale. And so, yeah, so if China comes in and says, "Oh, you don't need all those chips. You don't need all those pesky chips. You can do it on a Raspberry Pi." We trained DeepSeek R1 on a Raspberry Pi over a weekend with some teenager in his parents' garage. If that was plausible, they would have said that. Chatgpt.gov launched, all right, just in time for all of the governmental agencies to be dismantled. Perfect. Although I suppose since all the tech companies gave money there at the last minute, they're gonna be okay. All right, let's make a podcast, shall we? So if you haven't been here for the past few nights, we I resisted as long as I could. Brandon was like, "You got to use this thing called JellyPod. It's really cool. You got to use it." And I was just like, "Yeah, whatever. Don't you have a show to produce, dude?" And he was like, "Yeah, whatever. You should use JellyPod." And then he went on vacation, and I thought he was going to forget it, and he didn't. And so we gave in, and one night we used it. It's actually pretty cool. So now we had ChatGPT write the description of the podcast hosts, write the outline of all of the description of the first 20 episodes. Corey Sandler made us really cool graphics for all the episodes based on what ChatGPT wrote. And then you just make it. So we're going to make it. We're going to go new episode. You can see this, right? I'm sharing okay. I'm not being screamed at by my producer. All right. Fantastic. Taki, what's happening? Nice to meet you. Welcome to the AI Learning Lab. We're making a new podcast. So we're going to go back to Chatgpt. And we got to go find podcast. Come on. Podcast host concept idea. Actually, you know what? I should probably rename this, shouldn't I? Podcast host. Can I? How do you change the name? Wait, where is it? Quinn is here. Oh, you're not seeing anything. Oh. Oh, I hate my life. Well, I'm just trying to find a chat over here, so there's not much to look at. If I go here, search chats, podcast host concept idea, January 22nd. Where is it? Where is it? Where is that? Operator. Podcast host concept idea. Okay. Rename. What the fact episodes. Boom. Okay. So now it'll be a little easier to find because it's all caps. That moved it to the top. There you go. Okay. So here we are. Let's go up and get, yesterday was episode 5. Today's episode 6. So these are already done. You know, when it comes to coming up with podcast concept ideas. In the olden timey days, we would actually use what we call our brain. We don't need those anymore. We don't need no stinking brain. Dang, dang. Add source, and then we'll go back and just grab. Go back and grab the Wikipedia thing on its own in case it somehow missed that and what I gave it before. That. So we're adding sources. So one source is just the description that ChatGPT gave. The other source is a Wikipedia article on cookie chemistry, the alchemy of dough and chocolate. Love it. All right. So we're going to say create. And now it's going to create an outline for us. And I've got to put my little black box here for the TikTokers because they get cranky. By the way, 2 nights ago, someone started a rumor that the people on TikTok hated the people on YouTube, and the feeling was mutual. I want to quash that right now. That is a horrible rumor that was started by definitely not me. That was started by other people. We're definitely talking about. It was definitely not me. Da 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 da. Cookie chemistry. All right. Adjust size. So don't give in. If those YouTube people come at you TikTokers, don't give in. Don't take the bait. That's what they want. They just want to upset you. La da 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 da. Okay, so we're going to add Corey Sandler's lovely artwork here to the little tippy top. Cookie chemistry. Beautiful. Twitter versus Blue Sky. YouTube hugs from TikTok. Yeah, you guys should you should. I'm not angry. I'm abrasively happy. You know what's funny? That's Champ's personality to a T. He is the friendliest dog, but he is aggressively friendly. So you're pretty sure he's going to destroy your life. And he just wants a pet. He just wants you to love him. But he's like a fire plug. So this is my first time on here. The rumors of a feud between TikTok and YouTube, it's not true. Don't believe it. Stay here. People are actually really nice. It was me that started the rumor that there was a feud. I just thought it would be good to stir some people up. Okay, so we got to add a chapter. And we'll drag this chapter to the top, and then we'll say, introduce this episode. Let the good folks know this is episode 6. Tell them that this is an award-winning podcast. By the way, I'm at JellyPod.ai podcast. And then I'll go ... What award? ? The Lower Poughkeepsie County. Let's see. Radio Innovation Participation Certificate. Oh, by the way, if you're new here, pretty much what this is, there's some learning, there's some teaching, but this is primarily a vehicle for me to crack myself up. Okay. Sponsored by the AI Salon, and then the Salon.ai. All right. The Salon.ai. Be sure to mention the URL. Okay. So there we go. So this is now an award-winning podcast because they couldn't say it if it wasn't true. Generate the script. So off it goes. It's going to do its thing. Questions. Certification. Yeah, can't say certification. That would imply that we actually did participate in something. Don't believe the hype. A lot of us are on both. Yeah, the traders. There's traders here that will watch the YouTube version of this on their big 80-inch screen TV, and then they have a side chat going on the TikTok. You can't trust them as far as you can throw their TV, which is not that far. You ever tried to throw a 80-inch TV? Not easy. Not easy at all. All right. This is Philosophic. I meant to say hi the first time. This is the government name. Nice, Philosophic. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome back. Newbies, Kyle speaks the truth. I only speak the truth. I would never lie. Listen, I'm saying it on TikTok. That means it's true. We're the new media. We're the new news. Journalism. You guys are cute. All right. What platform are you playing with tonight? Well, we're starting with JellyPod. And we're just doing our I got to generate the audio. Let's do that. This is a podcast generator. Oh, no. I got to pay for it. All right. So we're not going to finish this tonight. I'll deal with this. I'll deal with this on the other side. I'm not going to risk putting my credit card on the internet. I've done that before. All right. So let's jump in. Let's jump into some video stuff. So we started yesterday with Minimax. Hey Lou. There's a little picture of me showing how you're supposed to treat art in a fancy museum. You're supposed to walk right up to it and touch it. And then we made a cool little vidya of an ice monster. So that was pretty slick. And we did that. So this is using a thing, camera moves, where you can do like an over-the-shoulder shot. There's your over-the-shoulder shot. And that was sort of a tracking shot with her and then something in the background. Push in, low angle, camera roll. So we did that. Now, the cliffhanger from last night was then we moved on to Kling, which has this thing called elements. And this is the thing where that you can add 4 different images and have those things included in the video. So check out the results. Here are the results from last night. There it is. So there's over here on the left are the 4 things, right? So this woman in these sunglasses wearing this coat walking in front of this building. I thought it was cool. It didn't take the style of that photograph of the building, but that is the building. And, she's got all these lilacs around her in this photograph, and now she's walking through a field of lilacs in front of that cathedral, wearing the sunglasses, wearing the green coat. I think it's pretty damned effective. And the prompt here is woman wearing sunglasses and a coat walk in front of a large building in a surreal shot where the camera tracks with her as she walks. So it's doing all that pretty good. This is another one I did. All right. So let me give you a couple of thoughts for the new folks here. When we're dealing, sorry, let's not have you have to watch that. Let's watch the lady walk. This is better. Can I make this bigger? Oh yeah, look. All right, there's lady walking. It's pretty good. The wheels are working. Were the wheels working in that video? Wait, hang on. Come on. What's happening? Oh, the wheels are working. Well, they kind of skid at the end. I think Crazy Kyle looks great. All right. Oh shit! This thing keeps doing this. All right. There we go. Okay. Do they actually say the AI learns something every day? I don't know who they is. I don't think the AI is not learning from us as we're using it. I don't think. Although apparently DeepSeek R1 doubled its speed. Her walk is fierce. It is, isn't it? It's totally a fierce runway model walk. Got a Robert Smith vibe going on there. Very cool. Christy and the Killer Car movie. You entertain yourself well. Thank you very much. Did I miss the AI? This is Kling AI version 1.6 with elements. Oh, so here's the caveat I'm going to give you about video models. The video models are still very, very janky. I think this is one of the more effective ones. It's still got a little weirdness in it. It's still got a little, like the flowers move weird. And I would imagine if you upscaled this to 4K in some other thing, it would probably be fine. The problem with the video models is they're really expensive. If you're not spending 60 or, $90 a month, you're not getting enough credits to really play with them enough to get good at them. That will likely change, but it's still kind of a problem. So what I encourage you all to do is for every one of these models, and Brandon had them up on screen. If you could toss those up on screen again. Almost every one of these has what's called a creative partner program. And the creative partner program is they want people, talented people who have stories to tell, to make good shit with their tool, right? They want someone to make a hit movie with their tool. So everyone goes, I got to use that tool. So it's in their interest to have lots of people use these things. And do it on their behalf. So if you get into one of the creative partner programs, they tend to give you a big old pile of credits that you won't burn through super quickly. So anyway, that's that. All right, so that's Kling. So yesterday we looked at Minimax. Today and yesterday we looked at Kling. What are we going to go to next? I think I want to go to Pika, Pika.art. So if you go to Pika.art, Pika.art has a couple of things in it that I think are interesting. Let me go back out here. So they got Pika 2.1. All right, that's everyone else's shit. Here's my shit. What did I do with Kevin McAllister? Okay, so down here at the bottom, all right, you can take that banner away so I can see the interface here for people. Okay, down here at the bottom, so we're in Pika.art. Creative and precise. Oh, that's interesting. Tells Pika to limit creative interpretation. Creative, give Pika more room to play. Oh, let's leave it on creative for sure. Okay, so there's 4 different ways that you can use Pika. You can just do text to video, so you can just describe it. You can upload an image. So if we wanted to take, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good one. and just say woman dances. I think you can all see that. Boom, we'll generate that. So that's going to be doing that. Then they've got this thing called peak effects, like special effects. And these are pre-built things that have sound effects with them and a very specific video special effect. So we'll take that woman. We'll take the same woman. We'll say woman dances. We'll do peak effect. And then we'll say, what do we want her to do? Let's have her melt. Melt or crumble? I think melt because she's in a flowy kind of a dress. Melt it. Bang. All right. So she's going to be melting. And then the third choice here is ingredients. And so this is an identical feature to Kling, where you can upload multiple things. So let's go back to Kling for a second. Let's grab the prompt, copy, go back to Pika, paste it in there, and then let's go add those 4 things from yesterday, right? So there's her. I think you have to do these one at a time. And then there's her sunglasses. And then there's her dress or her coat. And then here's the building, right? Let's atomize her. Okay, we'll atomize her. So we're going to use the exact same prompt that we used in Kling. You see how I can't remember? There's too many video tools right now. That's the other problem with the video tools. There's too many of them. All of the features blend together. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, so let's do that. Something went wrong. Why? What went wrong? Woman wearing glasses and coat walk in front of a large building in a surreal shot, in a surreal scene. Did they flag shot? Let's say woman walks. Huh, that worked. What is it about this? Woman wearing sunglasses and a coat walks Now it went. Oh, maybe that's just a bug. Yeah, maybe it's a bug where if you put in the text prompt first and then upload the images, it breaks it. That's probably what it was. All right, whatever. Okay, so those videos are making. They're doing their thing. This is Pika.art. Yes. If anyone has any questions, pop them into either comments. I will definitely sort of occasionally maybe look at them. Kriya gives you access to all the video models and the price is reasonable. Yep, we're going to go to Kriya next. Price is reasonable. It also has Flux and 3D. Yes, Stacy, that's a good point. Kriya is a really interesting one. There's a couple of them that are interesting. I think Luma Labs Dream Machine is interesting. I think they have a really interesting interface. I think Kriya, because you can play with a lot of different models there, is really interesting. Okay, so wait, this one was her dancing. That's not bad, except for her her giant rose head is weird. See how it's janky? See how it's like it's kind of cool, and then when she turns, you're like, yeah, the physics don't work. And then her arms are up, and then they're down, and then they're behind her, and then they're in front of her. That's where video is. And this is what's so maddening about it is if you're paying $60 and you only get whatever it is, 200 generations in a month for that $60, and you get shit like this, it is my opinion I shouldn't have to pay for this shit. But it is their opinion that you're still using GPU cycles. So I understand their concern, but make your shit better. Have you got any experience with image to vid? Fair amount. I need to animate this image, and LTXV and Comfy didn't do it. I mean, here's been my experience. Who's the person that said that? F the man. Here's my experience, F the man, is all of these video models have different personalities and are like better at different things. Some of them can do underwater stuff really good. Some of them just fail miserably at underwater stuff. Some of them twirling and dancing Runway is really good at dancing, but Luma Labs is good at just general movement. So the the challenge is it's not you, it's them. They're just bad. They're just we're still in Janky Town part of the industry, phase of the industry. All right. Oh, this is wait, turn on the audio. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Let's do one more peak effect with our friendly little lady here. Wait, where did peak effect? We got to upload an image. What? Where's our image? Wait, what am I doing? I'm doing her. Yeah. All right. She goes up there. Did I lose her? What is going on with the interface? Dang it. Image. Did I do something weird? Ingredients. Image. Rosehip. Peak effect. Okay, it's in there. So what did someone want to do? Atomize it? Dissolve it, deflate it, tear it, levitate it, crush it, melt it. No audio on YouTube. Oh, okay. Oh, explode it. We could decapitate it. That's morbid. You can make Laura models of yourself and use it in all the images. Yeah, that's the other thing that I'm going to play with tonight. One of the other ways that you can get control in video is you can learn how to use Midjourney, where you can use character references, or any of the other tools that do consistent character stuff, and bring those images in as starting images. So there's stuff to do there. Okay, this one is woman walks. So this is she's wearing the right coat. It doesn't really look like the woman. She's not wearing sunglasses, and it doesn't have the building. This one has the building. Remember when I told you it was weird that Kling didn't use the style, but this one did. And here she looks like a weird ass doll. She does not look like a woman. Cake it, bop it. So I would say in this showdown of elements versus ingredients, I think Kling is the clear victor. Like that's good. That looks like the woman. Those are the glasses. That's the coat. Those are the flowers. That's the building. Now, hang on. Let me try something here. Let's go back to Pika. Let me flip this creative mode. Where did that creative mode go? God, the interface on these things. Okay, precise. So let's go grab the 4 images. Can I grab them all at the same time? Looks like I can. All right, there's the images. Here's the prompt. All right, that's working. So prompt first, then images, it will crash. Images first, then the prompt, it won't crash. There, I found a bug for you. You're welcome. You're welcome, Pika. You can change the outfits and style easily on Kling also. Yeah, Kling has this cool thing called... Is it effects? Frames. Don't they have a specific thing like change outfit or something like that, don't they? Upload local dubbing. So they have lip sync. Oh, we should try some lip sync here. Let's jump into lip sync. Identifying the reader. Yeah. Oh, wait, you can't hear this. Damn it. Sorry, people. Gotta change my tabs. And now I'll jump back to Pika, and you won't be able to see it because that's how things go here. Okay. We're doing lip sync. So we're going female. How many are there? Hearth.
Remember, my dear, you are strong.
There you go. Okay. I'm a bad ass bitch. And I walk where I walk. Wait, I walk where I want, when I want, and wait, and I walk where I want, when I want, and any way I damn well please. Okay. How do I do this now? I guess I go generate. Right? $11 minutes. Okay. So let's go doing that. We'll come back to here. We'll come back to her. See how that is. Am I... Are we listening to anything on Pika? Yeah, we're listening to one thing on Pika, so we'll do it this way. Yeah, this is better. Okay, so this one, which is weird, we had it do the creative thing. And so see how this is more cartoony and weird? And then this one is precise. So that looks more like her. The glasses aren't quite right, but you know, it's enough in the neighborhood that you could get there. I still think Kling's better, but it's still pretty remarkable. We live in a time now where you can make images, like all of the images that we used as the source images here were made in Midjourney, right? We just made them out of nothing. And then we took those images we made out of nothing and combined them, and now they're animated and living in this crazy ass thing. Did we do a? I thought we were going to do that lady a peak effect of her. Did we not do that? Maybe we didn't. Peak effect. Bang. We need an image in there, don't we? Peak effect. I don't understand their interface. I hate shitty interface. We were going to blow her up, right? Or decapitate her. No, let's explode her. I think explode her is better. Hang on. I got to do a physical dexterity challenge on TikTok. Did I do it? Yay! I'm a winner. One of these days, the boots are going to walk all over you. Exactly. Virtual try on. It's called change outfits. Yeah, where is that in Kling? Anyway, I'll go back to that. So I got peak effect here. Explode it. Maybe I just got to upload the image now. Desktop rose head. Open. Is it in there? $1.5. I'm so confused. Any help? Already heard of the new image generating model from DeepSeek called Janus Pro. Yeah, I went and I played with it. It's awful. So the good news is that DeepSeek, not only did a chat model, a reasoning model, and a multimodal model, they're also apparently going to be doing a voice, like an advanced voice model and a agent model, the one that surfs the web. Apparently, they're doing all of those because apparently they were inspired by OpenAI. The multimodal model is shitty. My 70s muscle car in an abandoned factory had laughably bad results, so I'm not too worried about that. I don't get why I can't add an image here. Hang on a sec. Let me try something else. Desktop. Where's Rosehead? There's Rosehead. Okay, there we go. Explode it. Bang. We going? We doing that? We'll do it live. We will explode her. I think this video is pretty cool. I kind of like, so one of the things that I've discovered that I like doing to learn the personalities of different AI things is you come up with a prompt, or in this case, a set of images. Like, I feel like this would be a good set of 4 images, right? The woman, laying her head on the flowers, the sunglasses, the green coat, and that weird ass building. Like, those feel like a good 4 elements to just test across models, as all these models have these capabilities. Because what you end up doing, like with LLMs, I did the create an M&M rap about quantum mechanics, and it couldn't do it for 2 years, and then all of a sudden it could, and I knew instantly that model was better than things that had come before. My 70s muscle car in an abandoned factory, when I tested the Adobe Firefly model, which had been trained only on public domain images, clearly the public domain images stopped at like 1964 because 70s muscle cars all looked like 1960s, early 60s Russian sedans. They were really funny. So it's a thing to try is, just try something that you don't have to think about. And as soon as a new model comes out, try your test thing. And I feel like these 4 images are kind of a cool thing to do. All right. Has she exploded yet? Our dancing woman? No, she's off doing that. Let me change out my sharing and let's go back and see if we've got talking lady. Estimated time 5 minutes. Okay, so let's go look at Kriya while those other 2 things are rendering. So let me change sharing mode again. Kriya's one that I don't have a ton of experience in. There's a lot going on here, though. There's a lot of cool stuff here. Kriya is starting to be... I used to recommend a tool. I just haven't done it in a while because I haven't used it, but I used to recommend a tool for image generation called Leonardo. And what Leonardo was a commercial front end on top of Stable Diffusion. What Kriya is doing is they're kind of doing a similar sort of thing for video where they let you play with lots of different models and they've got all sorts of cool things, but they're basically using lots of different models and assembling them into this kind of Uber tool. But as they add more shit to it, it gets really complicated. Are any video models open source to run on local? I think I know stable video, I think it's called, is open source. I don't know what kind of hardware. I don't know if you need big iron to run it. You may, but I don't know. I haven't tried to install any of these things locally. But probably, it's probably more than just stability that has it. All right, present, stop screen, present, share entire screen. Okay, so let me go to the home screen. So where do we even begin here? So they have a lot of tools. So if you want to generate images, they've got Flux for generating images. I think I've made some images here. Baby Yoda. Some muscle cars. Man in a leather coat. Oh yeah, I made they've also got wait, let me go back to training here. So they've got image generation, edit, modify and transform images. So in and out painting for images. So that's edit. Then they've got video generation. Then they've got real time, which is also kind of video generation, but it's generating images in real time, which kind of makes it like this weird animation. Then they have an upscaler. And then they have fuse a logo graphic with any scenery you can imagine. That sounds cool. There's a pattern maker. And then there's an infinite canvas for all of your AI generation. So there's all sorts of shit to do. Then ultra fast video generation now with sound. You can, with Kriya, you can now automatically generate sound effects from a video that you create. So we'll try that. And then they have this training button. And in the training button, you can create styles. So you can create visual styles, but you can also create character styles. So if I come in here, upload 3 or more images of the same style, face, or object. And then if I say use with Flux, so I uploaded, is that a real image of me? Yeah. I uploaded a real image of me and 2 AI images of me, and I called it Kyle Hybrid. And then it gives you a style code. So if I copy that style code, now we can go generate a video. We'll do 720p. Now we'll do 520p, 512, so it'll be faster. Man sits on a bench with pigeons at his feet. Pigeons at his feet. All right, we'll generate that. 1 minute remaining. Question on YouTube from Raj. Okay, Raj. What do you think are the advantages of someone? Wait. Kling just came to life. We got to go back to Kling. I'll get back to your question in a second.
Want, when I want, and any way I damn well please.
That's pretty good.
I'm a badass bitch, and I walk where I want, when I want, and any way I damn well please.
And she does a weird mouth thing at the end there, but you could just cut that. So maybe we'll go get her some fancy ass maybe we'll go get her some fancy ass music. Go make her some fancy ass music.
I'm a badass bitch, and I walk where I want, when I want, and any way I damn well please.
All right. What are we gonna do? Did I share the audio there? You can hear that, right? I was hoping for John Wick's vibes. Train a model of yourself under the train tab. Yeah, that's what I did. You can hear. Okay, good. What are the advantages of someone who's starting early? Okay, this is important. This is really important. Great question. Great question. Because what I can promise you is what I'm teaching you right now is going to be irrelevant in 3 months. I can promise you that. And you could also say, well, you're not really teaching. You could troll me and call me unqualified and say that I'm not really teaching. But a couple of things. Being early right now. So one of the things that we talk about on this channel is people having their first Kevin McAllister moment. And Kevin McAllister's from the movie Home Alone, and it's this moment, right? AI does that to people because we all know how computers work, and we all know what computers are capable of. And what happens consistently with generative AI is that the computer is now capable of something that it wasn't remotely possible to do 2 years ago. And I think a lot of people have the assumption that, well, yeah, but it's just a stochastic parrot. It's just a probability engine predicting the next token. It doesn't do anything creative. I'm sorry. We just took 4 images that were created out of nothing, combined them together into this thing, and gave her some cheesy ass line from some shitty commercial. And this now exists, right? The video thing that we just showed here. Like, where's her audio? Why are you not talking?
I'm a badass bitch, and I walk where I want, when I want, and any way I damn well please.
So part of it is just going through, it's almost like, what is it? The 7 stages of grief, or the is it 5 stages, 7 stages, whatever. Vicky will know how many, some amount of stages. Stochastic parrot is the phrase of the week. I kind of feel like there's a 7-stage process of accepting that AI is here to stay, right? At first, you kind of dismiss it, or you're afraid of it. You're like, oh, the robots are going to kill us. And then you say, well, it's not perfect. And then you say, it just predicts the next token. It can't really be creative. There's like this justification phase. And then when people actually use it, at some point, they have this moment where they realize, oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I didn't realize it could do that. That doesn't stop. That, holy shit, for me, has been this rolling series of, I would say on average, every 2 or 3 weeks, it can now do something, or I discover it can do something where I'm just like, oh my God, that's going to change everything. You can look at each one of these individual little pieces and go, okay, that's that specific job, or that's that specific job. But when you start to mash all these things together, what you realize is there's going to be just completely different ways of working. And even the definition of work is going to change. So why be early, and why show up at things like this, and why join things like the AI Salon, which if you don't know the AI Salon, you should go to go to that URL and click on join our community. The reason you should do that is so that you're in the conversation. Here's where I am right now with what the actual skills are we need moving forward. There's kind of 3 of them. And some people are going to have this naturally and some people aren't. And the people that don't get these are going to struggle, I think. The first one is hyper curiosity. I think just being curious, showing up to shit like this, joining something like the AI Salon and talking to people and asking questions. Why does it work like that? Why can't it do this? Well, it looks like it can spell, but then it always fucks up the letters. Why is that? When's it going to get better, right? All of those questions are really important. Being hyper curious is critical because this shit's changing all the time. So if you're like, yeah, I'm a little curious, let me see what it does. Oh, okay, I figured out Kriya. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I got that. I got it. No. Kriya is going to be a completely different tool 3 months from now. Every single tool is just morphing. Hypercuriosity is the first one. The second one is hyper adaptability. And this is going to be a hard one for some people. Because if you want to lock shit down, you're like, I'm going to go to my training. I'm going to do the prompt. I'm going to take the prompt engineering course, the 17th step prompt engineering course. And I'm going to, the prompts are going to be, I'm going to write down the spreadsheet and you try to make generative AI act like computers used to act, which is predictive. Computers behave consistently because they were programmed with logic, right? And so you would put in your expected input and you would get your expected output. That's not how generative AI works. You put in an input and weird shit comes out. And sometimes that's fucking brilliant. And sometimes it's wrong and sometimes right. So adaptability, the ability to, you need to be curious enough to figure out what are all these tools and how do I play with them? And then you need to be adaptable enough to go, oh shit, things just changed. What do I do now? I'm going to recombobulate things. Don't get discombobulated. Well, no, you will get discombobulated. The superstars of the future will be the recombobulators, the curious recombobulators. So those are 2: hyper curiosity, hyper adaptability. And then the third one, and this one's going to take a while because I think this one's deeply personal for all of us. But because you're early and you now are experiencing, holy shit, things are going to be different. And I think at this point, we can all accept the fact that AI is not going away. This isn't a hype bubble. This isn't NFTs and blockchain and all that bullshit that, will eventually be something, but it went away because it had to. This isn't going away. And these tools are getting better and better and better and better and better. And by the end of this year, you will likely have employees that are virtual agents that are as skilled as like the average mid-level employee in any category. So like imagine having a 10-person company where you could do anything you want. So the third thing is, what do you want to do? Assuming that all of the work that you used to do could get done by other stuff, what would you choose to do? And assuming they figure out the financial part of this. The financial part of it is a big deal. I don't understand how we're going to get there, but we have to get there, right? We can't just let the economy collapse because everything's done with chips now. People still will do shit. They will get paid to do that shit. What is that shit? I don't know. Does everyone have 4 companies? Hyper desire, maybe hyper desire, hyper curious. Well, I don't know if it's desire. I think it's hyper expression, maybe. Hyper self-expression. Like what do you want to do? Do you want to make people laugh? Do you want to inspire people? Do you want to help people? Do you want to cure something? Do you want to like unplug from this shit altogether and go crochet little turtles and just make the world a happier place with crocheted turtles? I'm kind of being facetious, but I'm kind of not. Over the next 5 years, we're going to transition into a world where the mundane stuff can be handled, and we can take any idea in our head and express it and execute it at a world-class level. Like, in fact, like, here's another reason to be early. Here's another reason to be early. You've spent your whole life, I've spent my whole life believing that thing that my stepdad told me when I was 7. You're a piece of shit. Right? Or whatever it is, right? You don't have talent. Whatever the thing was that you were a peppy 7-year-old, you had dreams, right? Everything was going good. And then your teacher gave you a C- on the art thing. I remember my kids when they were like 6. We put them into a school. It was supposed to be like this super progressive. It was private. It was expensive as fuck. And the assignment was to draw a castle. And my boys had the audacity to put a knight in the castle. And they got yelled at because the assignment was to draw a castle. We don't want knights in this castle. Like, who knows what that did to them, right? Like, we've all had that thing. So we've all lived our lives with whatever self-limitations. I didn't have enough money to go to college. I didn't go to an Ivy League school. I don't have a 160 IQ. Whatever is the thing that we've all got in our head. What if you did have 160 IQ? What if you could make movies without having to go to Hollywood and sleep around? Right? What if you could make an album of educational songs that were also entertaining? What if you could? What if you could not only start a business, but you could start 5? I don't think that's going to be an easy transition. I think that's going to take all of us a lot of years to effectively deprogram ourselves to go, okay, wait. So wait, I can draw now, and I can make music now, and I can make images now, and I can make movies now, and I can solve problems now, and I can do programming now, and I can do business analysis now, and I can figure out import, export, sourcing, and I can do accounting, and I can do taxes and figure out every loophole. Yes, you'll be able to do all of that. So what do you do in a world where all the shit that you thought you couldn't do, you convinced yourself wasn't possible? What if it all of a sudden was? So I think that's the third one. hyper self-expression. If you could do anything, what would you choose to do? What difference do you want to make in the world? So that's why to be early. Be in the conversation, because this is not trivial shit. This is not like learn Excel in 1987 or whenever the fuck it came out. All right, let me get some comments going here on StreamYard. Shane saw 5 stages. I just experienced them all after the Bills loss. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the AI thing. The AI thing is a weird one, because I think there's denial. Like this might be kind of fun. I wonder, do I have my sharing right? No, of course not. Okay, let's say new thing. We don't want reasoning. We just want Chatgpt. Say, I want to do a version of the 5 stages of grief, but for the 5 stages of AI. I think first is denial / dismissive. Then might be fear, or I don't know. Then, maybe. Then there's, holy crap, I didn't know it could do that. Can you all see this? I'll make it bigger. Holy crap, I didn't know it could do that. Then there might be wonder, followed by fear, or both at the same time. Then there is some realization of how AI amplifies your humanity and your ideas. And finally, there is something about accepting that you can now do anything, that having cognitive hyperabundance means that you are no longer, this is good, the bottleneck to your dreams. Make that suck less and sound like I have qualifications. Boom. Okay. Your resonance on TikTok. Kyle, what's your opinion about Alibaba's new AI bot, Gwen 2.5? I don't know. I haven't played with it yet. I hear that it's got, they're saying that it's better than R1, which that'll remain to be seen. I hear that it's got vision agents, so like Operator from OpenAI. I hear that it's got that out of the box. All of these things right now, they need to get adopted into other platforms. Like R1, it only took about a week, but it's now rolled into Perplexity and a bunch of other, services and things like that, and it's got its own thing. I don't think that Qwen one has been adopted yet. again, I go back to the thing I was just talking about is hyper adaptability. We should assume that throughout 2025 and probably for the next 5 years, there's just going to be this rolling series of, oh my God, it got so much better. Oh my God, it got so much better. What do you mean we cured that disease? What do you mean we have fusion now? Like, it's just going to be this insane, like nothing we've ever seen series of moments. So I think Quen is just, yeah, okay, great. It's R1's been out for a week. Great. Another one came along that's going to knock it off the hill. And then another one's going to knock it off the hill. And then ChatGPT is going to knock them all off the hill. And then, right. And then Google will do something that'll, it's just going to keep rolling like this for a while. All right. The 5 stages of AI adoption. As AI reshapes our world, individuals and industries move through a psychological and intellectual journey akin to the 5 stages of grief. Only instead of mourning, we're grappling with the cognitive hyperabundance AI provides. Having spent years at the intersection of storytelling and technology. Oh, that actually is a reference to me. We can lose that. Okay. Sorry. Lose the references to me and just make this a powerful framework for how to think about I was just going to say accepting AI into our lives. Oh my God. This is turning into a cult. Hello, my children. Let's talk about how we accept AI into our lives. About how we adopt AI. Let's just call it that. We'll show up at airports. Hello, have you accepted AI into your life? Here's a rose. Here's a Raspberry Pi with all of the knowledge of humanity on it. Enjoy. Wow, we had the same stepdad. That's awesome. Oh, man. Let's see. From Stacy Rodriguez, it's time for us to embrace our inner child. Yes, explore our creative possibilities and let computers do the boring, mundane work. This is what they've promised us for years, right? But computers didn't do the mundane work. Computers just made the mundane work more efficient. We still did the mundane work with these tools that made that work more efficient. Generative AI is going to actually do the work. That is a fundamental, profoundly different world. Computers have never done the work for us. Computers have never had knowledge, right? You know, and yeah, so, all right. Let me entertain you. But anyway, that's a really good one. All right, what's this one? Raj, what do you think in what aspect of AI should I go in? Is it a theoretical part? Is it a theoretical part, which is machine learning, deep learning, or application part of AI? And which is more rewarding in terms of money? That there's no right answer to that, Raj. That's if you, again, I would go back to, if you could do anything, what would you want to do? If the thing that lights you up in the world is you want to get under the hood of these things, and just like, you know, a guy or girl that's really good with cars, like, can take the car apart and put it back together again and make it better. Like, if you want to get under the hood of AI and build these models and do the math and do all that shit, if that's what lights you up, then fucking do that. But we now live in a world where you don't have to do that. If you've got good problem solving and reasoning skills, you could take the application side of this stuff and say, how am I going to combine these 4 or 5 or 10 or 20 different technologies together to do something really interesting. And what's that really interesting thing you want to do? Like, again, I think part of our job in the future is to really deeply ask ourselves, what do we want to do? What impact do we want to have on the world? The money thing, I think there's this short term, this relatively short term, I think it's going to be chaos for 3 years, but there's a relatively short term thing where these tools, okay. Imagine you had enough money right now to hire 10 PhD level people for all the different positions in a company you want to start. I think by the end of this year, we will have some version of that. Now, by the end of this year, they'll probably be shitty employees, and we have to manage them a lot. But we're going to have agents that are going to do stuff on our behalf. And so again, you can say, what do I want to do in the world? And I'm going to have these things fill in my gaps. So the make money thing, the
You can make money with ChatGPT.
This starts to be a really interesting question with where AI is going. Because in the current world, what you do is say, what job can I get? Or what business, if I could raise money, I could go hire these people and I could start this kind of business. And maybe over 2 or 3 or 10 or 20 years, that could turn into some value. But we're moving into a world where you can potentially accelerate that dramatically. But again, I think, here's the one thing we can't get back in our life is time. Money. There's a great book by a guy named Joe Dominguez. He died a bunch of years back. Your Money or Your Life by Joe Dominguez. And the main point of that book is he defines money as something you trade your time for. And like he forces you to answer the question, is it worth my time? Because you can't get the time back. And he does things like he has you like really analyze how many hours you actually put into your job. And how much of those dollars you get are eaten by taxes and divided by the ride to the office and thinking about it on the weekend and shit like that. And, we all end up making way less than we think we're making because it's costing us time. And that's the one thing you can't get back. So do good shit. Okay, let's see if we have a decent framework here. The 5 stages of AI adoption is AI reshapes industries, workflows, and personal creativity. People tend to move through a psychological and intellectual journey, one that mirrors the stages of grief, but ultimately leads to an expansion of human potential. So hang on. I'm going to put, if you haven't seen Canvas, we're going to do a little Canvas right now. Put this in a Canvas. All right. There we go. Okay. So if you haven't seen Canvas before, over here on the left is our chat history. This had a much better thing at the beginning. So if you haven't seen a Canvas before, this is now an editable document. So I can go in here and I can take this shitty sentence that it wrote and replace it with the good one that it wrote earlier. All right. As AI shapes our world, individuals and industries move through a psychological and intellectual journey. Psychological and intellectual journey akin to the 5 stages of grief. Only instead of mourning, we're grappling with the cognitive hyperabundance AI provides. Will provide. Understanding these stages. 1, dismissal, denial. It's just another tech fad. Nothing to see here. At first, AI is met with skepticism or outright dismissal. Many assume it's overhyped automation. It's a gimmick that won't live up to its promises. All this sound familiar? There's resistance to engaging with it seriously, either because of misinformation, lack of exposure, or an assumption that it won't affect them. Holy shit. There is so much of this going on right now. Oh, sorry, TikTokers. This sucks. I don't have my black bar up. Have you used DeepSeek yet, Kyle? Yeah, we talked about it a night or two ago. Yeah, I've used it. It's pretty good. Pate, I see Pate's here. Pate, were you here, Pate, the other night when we did, I compared DeepSeek reasoning, Gemini flash thinking, and O1, and I liked Gemini flash thinking better than the other two. I thought the other two were boring. I thought Gemini flash thinking was really good. All right. 2, awe, that oh crap moment. A moment of revelation occurs, let's say. So I'm going to say, find a way to work in people having their first Kevin McAllister moment from Home Alone, where his jaw drops open as that palpable sudden awareness that generative AI is way more powerful than you thought. I know I could talk that, but whatever. So it's going to go do its thinking on that now, and it'll rewrite that paragraph. So again, if you haven't seen Canvas before, it's pretty slick. Wait, it can do stage 2, that oh crap moment, or the Kevin McAllister moment, maybe. Often triggered by an unexpected demonstration of AI's capabilities, whether it's generating images, writing code, or analyzing vast amounts of data in seconds. This phrase is marked by shock and excitement. This phase is marked by shock and excitement. It's the Kevin McAllister moment, that unmistakable, jaw-dropping realization that AI is far more powerful than expected. AI's potential shifts from theoretical to tangible. 3, wonder and fear. This is incredible and terrifying. Kelly Camp, this is you and I very early on. Kelly Camp and I we talked a couple of times when we were first getting our heads around this stuff, and I first started the channel, and we were both like, this is amazing and terrifying. It's both, right? As understanding deepens, the duality of AI's power becomes clear. It can unlock creativity and efficiency. It also raises deep concerns about ethics, displacement, control. Okay, 4, augmentation, humanity amplified. This isn't replacing me, it's extending me. Over time, fear gives way. This again goes back to the question about why start early. Over time, you have to go through these phases. We've never had anything like this before. Over time, fear gives way to practical integration. AI isn't here to replace human ingenuity. It's here to accelerate it. The stage is defined by leveraging AI to amplify creativity, productivity, and problem solving. The focus shifts from what AI can do to what humans can do with AI. Love that. Love that. 5, cognitive hyperabundance, the inflection point of possibility. I am no longer the bottleneck to my own ambitions. The final stage of realization. AI moves from traditional constraints, time, skills, even knowledge, allowing ideas to manifest at unprecedented speed. The only remaining limitation is imagination. AI is no longer seen as a tool, but as a collaborator in turning possibilities into reality. That's really good. This is where the transformation happens, not just in technology, but in the way humans perceive its own potential. Let's see. I want to add something here. So let's say I'll do talky stuff. I want to find a way to add in the idea that just like the steam engine made humans super strong, AI is going to make them super smart, period. I want to introduce the idea that, as new as this seems, as a society, we've been through it before, where machines augmented our muscles in the Industrial Revolution, and now with AI, machines are going to augment our intellect. All right. This. The final, okay, this is where the translation happens, not just in technology, but in the way human perceives its own potential. Just as the steam engine amplified human strength and reshaped the industrial world, AI is poised to augment human intelligence, unlocking new levels of creativity and problem solving. This isn't the first time society has faced a shift of this magnitude. It's simply the next evolution in how machines extend our capabilities. This is really good. We're going to go put this on fucking LinkedIn. We should also go make let's do it here, shall we? Okay. Let's go over here. Let's close. We're going to close this. So now we're just back in a chat. We've got our article here, right? And so now we're going to say, great. I love it. Give me 10 ideas for visuals for a visual that can accompany this article that will stop people in their tracks, and brings the ideas, brings the ideas to life. Okay. The rise of the robots. Do you guys get, once AI is capable to do everything humans can in robotics too, we are no longer necessary? I don't agree with that, Edom. I think our role changes. Wait, so at what point, this again, Edom on TikTok, so at what point do you think everything is going to be automated by AI? I don't know. But I think it's going to come a fuckload faster than we think it is. Did you see the thing yesterday? Do you know that Teslas are now coming off the assembly line and driving themselves 1.2 miles to the distribution parking lots? That's now being done without trucks or without people. The Teslas come off the line and drive themselves to their new home. The reason I can't answer it, no one can answer it. We're entering an exponential acceleration where as humans, we're used to linear change, right? We have time to adapt because the change is happening at this, like evolution, right? Evolution happens over millions of years, right? It's this steady thing. We're not in that right now. We were flat for the longest time. 70 years ago, they created the first neural network. And then it did shit. And then at some point in the 90s, it beat Gary Kasparov at chess. And we're like, oh, like it went up a little bit. We're like, okay, great. And in fact, one of the things that people said when Big Blue beat Gary Kasparov is no one will ever watch chess again. Who's going to want to watch robots play chess against each other? Guess what? The popularity of chess has gone up dramatically because we recognize how remarkable it is that humans can do that. We don't give a shit that robots can do that. the role of humans gets amplified in certain areas. I think authenticity goes up. I think human engagement goes up, like live performances, live experiences. The value of that stuff all goes up as these machines do all the other shit. We are all very tied into and locked into what we do today is what we should do always. But if you actually analyze what we do today, a lot of what we do today is be the fucking cog in the wheel for the Industrial Revolution. It's just gotten fancier, but it's still us doing that work, that mindless, soul-crushing, repetitive, same bullshit over and over and over again. That's the kind of stuff that AI is going to do. What's our job then? That's our big challenge. I think our job in the next 10 years is to figure out what our job is. But we don't go away. We're fucking humans. We're not going to stop. We're just not. All right. Just like the Industrial Revolution, it will be new, better. Humans will adapt. Humans will adapt. I agree. This is really good, Kyle. All right, let's see what 10 visuals we have here. Kevin McAllister makes AI. Wait. But dude, you're supposed to be superhuman smart. The article is about the 5 stages of AI acceptance or adoption. Shouldn't the image have 5 somethings? Period. Come on, ChatGPT. You can do better. See, here, this is our job. When your robot does something shitty, you tell it did something shitty. The 5 doors of AI adoption. There you go. Great. First door is closed. Second door is cracked open. Third door is open but ominous. Fourth door shows human shaking hands with an AI entity. The 5th door is surreal cosmic landscape. That one's not bad. 5 steps to the future. The 5 faces of AI realization. Ooh, that's good. Let's see number 3 in a 16 by 9 wide image. Well, how are we doing on time? Oh, we're late. This is, when I do these deep dives, Chat ADD gets much worse. Wait, make my image. Biatch. All right. Evolve or die. Get loud. DQ Blizzard. Valerie Cox. This is just the beginning. Life as we know it will be forever changed, both good and bad. I agree. You should make the image with only 5 stages. So let's go grab this. We're going to move over to another tool now. All right. Oh, that's a good point, Brandon. I want you guys to go check something out. So a lot of what I'm talking about right now, we're putting into, we've created a course. So we did this thing over the holidays called AI Festivus. We had 34 speakers talking about AI. And one of the remarkable things about what everyone talked about was that to a person, no one really talked about AI tools. They were all talking about how they were thinking about AI and how they were processing AI. And one of the requests we got is, can we turn that into a training? Because it was what we assumed it would be 24 hours of workshops where people would learn how to use Midjourney and this and that and make videos with Kelly Bosch and right. And there was some hands-on stuff, but every single person started with, well, here's who I am, and here's who I used to be, and here's what my revelations have been, and here's how I'm thinking about my work now. Like everyone was in this query. And so are you ready for or are you ready for AI.com? We're putting together this training. It's going to come out mid-February. And it's based on kind of the best themes that emerged over AI Festivus. And so we've grouped the videos that were presented in 5 different categories. And then you watch those videos, and then there's a whole training section. And you're not learning things that were in each individual video. What you're learning is what were the common themes across them in these 5 different sections. It's like one's on creativity, one's on business, one's on ethics and things like that. So go check that out. It's coming out mid-February. It's going to be really cool. But anyway, a lot of my thinking has been coalescing around insights that I had during AI Festivus, because it was very unexpected. Because last year it was very much about the tools. Okay. So we're going to go to ideogram. So this again goes back to control. So ideogram is really good at ideogram. Ideogram.ai is an image generator. It's really good at doing letters. So I'm just going to paste in what So wait, what are the 5 words? The 5 words are dismissal. Give me the 5 stages. Dismissal, awe, wonder, and fear. Augmentation, and we'll just call it hyperabundance. Okay. So we're going to go back over to ideogram. I'm going to say, oh no. Each face should have one of these words. And then in quote marks, 1, dismissal, 2, awe, 3, wonder and fear, 4, augmentation, 5, hyperabundance. Put it in quotes and hope it works. Kevin, terrified fear. Black bar, sorry. All right. I know I'm not I'm kind of in my own world right now. I just want to get this image done. So if anyone has questions, just ping or pin. Ideogram.ai, that's correct. Time for me to go, guys. See you, Steve-O. Dubai to Perth flight boarding soon. Oh man. Travel safe, buddy. All right, let's go to my creations. That's close. Dismissal, awe, wonder, and fear. Augmentations. I don't like that it goes so cyber. Although this one's kind of cool. Look how janky the hands are. Yeah, these are not great, are they? Hyperabundance. All right. That's not working. That's not working, people. Damn it. All right. Yeah, I don't like that. The 5-stage roller coaster. Here we go. Let's try this. How much will the training course cost? I think it is $297. I think that's what we landed on. So just under $300. Can AI make a new model from scratch, which is better from now? Emphasis on from scratch. I think it will be able to make one from scratch, but I think what you're going to see is, those are horrible. I think what you're going to see is it making improvements on itself rather than creating things from scratch. But AI is going to make AI better. Like, that is definitely the case. Make number. I know this is boring. I just want a decent image for the LinkedIn post, because I want to put this on LinkedIn. I feel like this is an important post, and I'll make an article on X as well, and I'll put it on the AI Salon. Oh, that's fucking awful. Are you kidding me? All right, I'm not going to do this here, but here's what I will do for you all, because you're all swell and you sat through me trying to make an image. So when you try to so there's a difference between the entertaining way that I make work in here, where I just make it loosey-goosey, and when you're actually trying to do something to solve a problem. AI still sucks at trying to solve a problem easily. It's just hard. But 5 stages of AI adoption. Let's copy that. Let's go to the AI Salon. Where do I want to put this? I want to put this. You know what? We're going to put this in the fucking welcome page. Yeah, we are. We'll deal with it. Vicky, we'll deal with whether or not this makes sense later. Yeah. Bang. There you go. All right. The journey to AI readiness and then the 5 stages of AI adoption are now part of, boom, the AI Salon welcome. Irregulars challenge for the image. Oh, that's a great idea. Okay, irregulars. I haven't done this in a while. So where I am right now, what you're looking at right now, Oh, my TikTok game has been really bad tonight. I apologize to the TikTokers. The visuals have sucked. So hopefully you're all watching it on your 80-inch television on YouTube. Here's your challenge in the Irregulars channel. So if you're new here to the AI Salon, how you get here, if you haven't joined yet, shame on you. If you haven't joined yet, go to that URL, the salon.ai, click on join our community, and you'll join this. You'll see the 5 stages of adoption right on the welcome page. The challenge for the Irregulars is come up with an image for, I mean, we could do an image for each of the 5. If you want extra credit, you can do that. But what I really need is an image, like a hero image for the article, right? So the 5 stages of AI adoption. And by the way, we do have to change this. Let me edit this again. We have to change. This is not the oh crap moment. This is the your Kevin McAllister moment. So a bonus would be to do a Kevin McAllister moment in the image as part of it. Okay. So for the Irregulars, for anyone that wants to, but where you're going to put them, share them in here. I'll create a post. So I'm going to go into Irregulars, and in share cool things, I'm going to say, put your 5 stages of AI. What is it? 5 stages of AI adoption. Is it adoption? Acceptance? Let's go with adoption for now. That might need to change. AI adoption. Hero images here. All right. So there's a post. Just comment in there. That's kind of cool. Love that. All right. I'm really excited. That thing's good. Welcome to the Salon. We've got the journey to AI readiness is play first, mindfully create, and generously lead. And then this is so good because this is what everyone's going to fucking go through. And what you learn, I talked about hyper adaptability before. What you learn is you go through these cycles again and again and again. You're like, oh, it couldn't possibly be that good. And then it's that good. And you're like, oh, Christ, you have a Kevin McAllister moment. Then you have this wonder and this fear. And then you kind of accept it. 5 stages of AI addiction. Adoption, adaptation, acceptance. I don't know. Adoption's good for now. All right. I'm going to get out of here. So I hope you learned something. We did some video stuff tonight. We didn't go turn our Kling lady into a video. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow yet. Let me let you hear her crazy voice one more time.
I'm a badass bitch, and I walk where I want, when I want, and any way I damn well please.
We could have had a little more script there. We had like another 3 seconds.
I'm a badass bitch, and I walk where I want, when I want, and any way I damn well please.
Pretty good. All right. Thank you for the live, Kyle and chat. You're welcome. Good night, all. Good night, Silver Fox. Good night, YouTubers. X, I hope you had fun tonight. Peace out. Hope you learned something. And I will see you. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow's Thursday. So we're here tomorrow. I haven't decided what we're going to do tomorrow. I'll think about it tonight. And then, yeah, I think we've done all the housekeeping we need to do. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, mods on TikTok. Thank you, mods on YouTube and X for just keeping things relatively sane. I'm bringing my laptop to AI rehab. Yeah, exactly. Hi, my name's Kyle. I'm into AI. Hi, Kyle. Exactly. The 5 stages of grief. I don't know how we got to that conversation, but whoever asked the question that kind of led us down that path, I'm that's I'm super excited about that because all of a sudden everything makes sense to me about like where people are and like how we can kind of walk them down this path. You know, you're in the dismissal phase. It's just another fad. Nothing to see here. There's so much of this. All the sort of tropes that you hear. It can't be creative. It makes mistakes. And then when you actually try it, you need to try it until you have that moment. And then once you have that moment, then you're like in this weird fucking wonder and fear place of like, what is going to happen? And then you realize it's not about replacing me, it's about extending me. I love that. And then, we're nowhere near number 5 yet from a technology standpoint, but we will be. So cool. All right, so figure out where you are on the journey, man, and hop on. And it's a good thing you're here early because you're going to have a big fucking advantage. Here's a brain fuck of a question. Do you think humans will mistake nonlinear thinking with creativity? The machines can comprehend dimensions we can't. Well, it's a really interesting question. I mean, you could argue that creativity is nonlinear thinking, right? You could argue that creativity is you take, multiple mental pathways and you kind of cross the beams like in Ghostbusters, Um, I think that scientists for a lot of years are going to find ways to describe how we interact with the machines. I don't think most people are going to think on that level. Most people are just going to be like, "Oh, it's empathetic." Right? It cares for me. It's compassionate. It's creative. It helped me be more creative. Like I think most humans are just going to accept it for how it makes them feel rather than what's going on technically. I think the scientists are going to live in defining it technically. Does it really feel? Does it really have consciousness? And my point is, does it really fucking matter? Like, isn't it more about how it impacts the people? So I don't know. Raj was the inspiration. Thank you, Raj. Really good question. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Peace out, YouTube and X. I'll see you next time. And I'll see you tomorrow.